Ruling today impacting the election of 2024.
It was a very important decision. We're very well crafted, and I think it will go a long way toward bringing our country together, which our country needs.
Tonight, former President Trump gets a big win. The U.S. Supreme Court ruling Colorado lacked authority to disqualify him after his actions 3 years ago during the Capitol riot. So tonight, Trump is back on the ballot. In a post on Truth Social, Trump calls the opinion a big win for America. With 245 days to go, the case has been closely watched by legal experts and election administrators across the nation, and that includes here in Nebraska with the state's primary in May. Channel 8's Veronica Bretto was out today speaking to voters.
I think he should be in the race. I don't know how I feel about the Supreme Court ruling on that. I'm kind of both ways because it should be a state issue too, but it's just going to muddy things up. This election's going to be weird, so I'm just going to sit back and watch, I guess.
3 people told me off camera they agree with the court's decision and say Trump should be on the ballot. 2 others told me they disagree with the decision and say Trump should not be running for president. I reached out to Nebraska's members of Congress today for a comment on the Supreme Court's decision. U.S. Senator Deb Fischer says, quote, "This ruling is a victory for our democracy and a resounding defeat for those who would abuse our Constitution for short-term political gain." U.S. Senator Pete Ricketts says, quote, "It should be voters who have the ultimate say in who our next president should be. Liberal judges and bureaucrats have no business trying to force their will on the voters." Last week, Illinois became the 3rd state after Colorado and Maine in which an official determined Trump was ineligible for the 2024 primary ballot under Section 3. UNL constitutional law professor Kyle Landgaard says the ruling on the Colorado decision should end the ongoing legal dispute nationwide.
The court has told us that it's going to be looking for a certain type of legislation from Congress. That doesn't just mean that it's states that are excluded from this process. It also means that courts can't exclude candidates from the ballot in various ways.
Now, the decision comes on the eve of the largest day of voting ahead of the November election. We're talking about, of course, Super Tuesday. This is a look at the 16 states and 1 U.S. territory that have primaries tomorrow. This represents more than 1/3 of the total delegates available.